I spawn in completely forgetting that I was made a mug of previously. I guess it's to be expected when you've never done a day of cardio in your life. I extract some revenge rather silently, repair my destroyed bike with paper clips, then get the hell out of Dodge. Because we've got some bloody knobheads to take out. And people always give me a hard time for my more explosive approach. Well, that changes today. Surely I can get my crossbow bolt back, right? Unfortunately, that doesn't seem to be the case. But that's alright because I've installed an empty Fanta can to the end of my pistol. Oh shit, they spotted me. But that's alright, I can pop headshots for fun. But as they gather together, I revert to my stereotype. But the fuckers think they can fight fire with literal fire. Jump! Deke! But when in doubt, use the dead guy's weapons against them. Ho ho ho, now I have a machine gun. And with the last one dealt with, the game now wants me to repair the power supply. Everyone knows if you want to join a bicycle gang, you've also got to be an electrical engineer. I then get surprised attacked by some woman, but Deacon has forgotten how to hold a gun. Thankfully, the silly bitch is out of bullets. And Deacon's like, don't worry, I don't shoot women unless I absolutely have to. Even though he just executed several women who were living perfectly peaceful before he got there. I mean, you're gonna struggle to shoot a lot of that, mate, I'll be honest. I also find a cool secret bunker, but there's fuck all of any use down there. Boozer then radios me telling me he can hear engines, so I climb up the watchtower and have a little look.
Right, someone's on the mountain.
So it seems like we're not finished with our murderous rampage just yet. I'm also not done with my silent approach. Okay, well, maybe I should be. Thankfully, nobody can spot me in a waist-high hedge. Boom, you got stealthed, bitch. Alright, so apparently that's not necessarily the case. I've also got the aim of a Parkinson's patient after 6 pints. Well, with stealth out the window, there's no reason not to light everyone up. Bish bash bosh, adios amigos. I then spend a ridiculous amount of time jogging around looting all of the corpses, otherwise all the white crosses give me anxiety. I then ride to my next objective, but on the way I come across a mass grave. Probably a bit disrespectful to go wandering over all these bodies, but you never know. Loot is loot, isn't it? I don't find anything of any use, but I'm pretty certain I'm gonna need new shoes. I then come across a guy trapped in a car surrounded by freaks. Admittedly, I was tempted to leave him, but I have mollies just burning holes in my pockets. Looks like I will help out strangers. Oh, I just lobbed a pipe bomb. The explosion takes out one, and I've got to batter the rest with my baseball bat. He's very grateful to be rescued, so I send him to Copeland's camp and make a pretty penny on the side. After that, I can finally get to the cemetery to start searching for Leon's stash. More stealth kills because I'm a sneaky boy, and Deacon continues his lucid hallucinations. Those hallucinations lead me to the stash, and that's when I spot a chopper flying overhead. And I don't know about you, but helicopters tend to be quite surprising in the apocalypse, so I decide to follow it to see what it's doing. Turns out it's full of these gimpy looking knobheads in yellow suits, which makes them completely invulnerable to my attacks. I'm not sure how a Breaking Bad cosplay makes you bulletproof, but I guess we're back to sneaking in the shadows. And basically the whole point of this is just to eavesdrop on a conversation. But basically, to sum up, we got some boring science shit going on, and after that I can sneak back out the way I came in, but that just so happens to be right next to a nest. And it seems they really like Deacon's cologne, as they batter the shit out of me before I even have a chance to burn down their home. But my victory was never in doubt, as Deacon is an absolute beast. Oh, nice. Okay, I did break my melee weapon. Not ideal. Unfortunately, that nest is more heavily populated than an Indian locomotive, and I unfortunately can't revert back to my stealth tactics, as I get attacked by a pissing wolf. And I'd like to really apologise to anyone upset by the events on screen. It really shouldn't have taken me 7 attempts to get that headshot. Obviously all the knobheads hear the commotion, but I managed to get away and molly the nest. But after that I gotta get the fuck out of here. Then on my travels I find a broken down motorbike, and Deacon uses his special hallucination powers again. But this time instead of dead people he just sees footprints. That probably wouldn't make a great slogan for a horror franchise, but it would be really handy if you had a foot fetish. Anyway, I see a ladder, I climb it. Unfortunately the guy I find at the top of it must have been looked after by the same guys that guarded Epstein. I also come across a super horde that's using a train car as a home, but there's no chance in hell I'm dicking about with them lot. If you'd like to see me take on a super horde, whack a like on the video and I'll see if I can get to it in the next episode. Assuming you want another episode, that is. Let me know in the comment section. Then just up the road I get sniped by some twat hiding out in a tree. Oh my god, what the fuck? It turns out I've been ambushed by a couple of pricks, and thankfully an AK-47 beats a 2x4, and I can keep the sniper off my back by using this tree for cover. Although I've no idea how we got up there without a ladder. That dude must be part Gibbon. Also my bike's fucked, so I had to whip out the paper clips again. Back through more scary tunnels. Sure, this will be fine. Nothing too serious, just had to move a couple of cars before I make it out the other side, where there just so happens to be a Nero station. While searching nearby, I come across some fuses and fill the generator up with some diesel. But unfortunately, the door still won't open. Well, that's because you've also got to install the new fuses, you silly twat. And just like that, I got a new place to lay my head, but more importantly, access to more experimental medicine. Although the thing I didn't anticipate was all the speaker systems coming on and alerting all of the zombies. Just get in the bike and go, see you later, bitches. That's a lot of zombies. I continue forward, driving driving through a cute little town and come across a bridge that the developers definitely intended you to jump. Or not, I guess. R.I.P. Deacon. I guess the developers enjoy a cheeky bit of trolling. I was just trying to avoid getting my jeans wet like. If you think about it, drying clothes during the apocalypse is going to be an absolute piss take. I burn another nest seeing as I'm just driving past, and arrive at another camp headed by this old lady. Deacon has been working recruitment for her, but something tells me these people aren't allowed to leave. Looks like our boy Deacon is involved in the modern day slave trade. We're going to need some serious character development to make this work. I then chat to the smart price Crocodile Dundee, and he's like, them ripper knobheads are looking for 2 biker boys. And I'm like, well, I don't know any. I then have to choose who I give Leon's stash to. Do I give it to the slave traders who have better guns than me, or the conspiracy theory nut jobs that'll be able to fix up my bike? I decide to go with the latter for obvious reasons. But on the way to deliver the goods, I get ambushed by another sniper. Luckily, I'm a live and let live kind of guy. The revenge just gives out such small peeny energy. Bitch. The world would be a much better place if we could just put our differences aside. At least my cult doesn't make you, like, so shit into yourself. And once again, my bike is in tatters, but Deacon can fix anything with paper clips and a can-do attitude. Definitely need to upgrade this bike, it's way too slow for my liking. I then drive through the same area that I died in previously, and I've still got 3 nests that need clearing. I seriously must have done such a bad job last time, and burning shit is literally the one thing I'm good at. I then dismember its 2 residents with a Reaper blade I stole earlier. I then burn one last nest before getting the hell out of there. But I don't get too far as some other twat is also trying to ambush me. Oh, you think I was gonna fucking fall for that, son? Honestly, I can't believe the apocalypse is such a hostile environment. I'm sure when the actual zombie apocalypse hits, we'll all be able to hug it out and sing Kumbaya. I think I only did that because I noticed there was an icon for a dead guy on the side. You gotta respect my eye for a convenient looting opportunity. On the way to Copeland's camp, I come across this logging company. Well, former company, I don't think anyone's still clocking in to complete a 9 to 5. 1 nest down, just 5 more to go. But that's released a couple of freaks into the atmosphere, but I don't fancy getting my arse ripped apart just yet. So I try testing out exactly how smart these fuckers are by tossing a rock back into their burning home. Well, they didn't all rush in and burn to death. It distracted them enough for me to sneak away. And I'm able to combine 2 things that really should not go together. Stealth and burning shit to the ground. It's kinda like dipping a cocktail sausage in a tub of Nutella. It sounds disgusting, but once you've tried it, you'll never go back. Nest destroyed, look at that! That's when stealth goes out the window and I've got to get the fuck out of there. Oh, well, that was actually quite successful. And I can finally get to Copeland's camp. Marshall law in effect. Alright, well, who is Marshall? I never do find out who Marshall is, but I do give Copeland Leon's stash. And after that, they trust me enough to help me upgrade my bike. And ain't she a beauty? Remember, flame decals give you an extra 50 horsepower. Then Copeland asks me if I track down a drifter who arrived at his camp smacked out of his mind and murdered 3 of his guys. And I'm like, yeah, sure, why not? At the end of the day, it gives me an opportunity to test out my upgraded motorbike. I find this lad leaking and sleeping on the edge of the lake, and just like that, the knobhead I'm after speeds past on his bike. So I take off after him, but Copeland wants him alive. So I gotta try and knock the bastard off his bike. We'll get you off, son. Don't you worry about that. I also use my sidearm to shoot out his wheels. And believe it or not, that actually worked out pretty well. Ah, nice. I then tie him up and leave him in the woodlands, and Copeland's men are supposed to come and collect him. I guess that's the downside of bikes, you can't just stick someone in the boot. Thank you for watching, hope you enjoyed. Don't forget to leave a like and subscribe. Apologies, the video's a bit shorter than normal. I played it for well over 2 hours, but most of it is just driving from one destination to another. Let me know if you want to see another one, and I'll see you next time.